Okay, Scott, let's take a look at your chipping and pitching action here. The picture on the right is the video I took before we talked about some of the fundamentals. As we look at your setup in this picture on the right, you can see that you're basically have your weight in the middle of your stance. It might even be slightly more to the right than the left. And then we talked about that, and you made a positive change here. On the picture on the left shows how you now are setting your weight more on the left leg, and that's a big improvement. As we get to the end of the backswing, the picture on the right was before we worked on some of the fundamentals, and you can see how you kept your weight more in the center, maybe even a little bit to the back. You've kind of almost rocked to the right foot a little bit. Whereas your new setup and your new swing position, you are maintaining your weight. Your head, if we draw a straight line from the center of your nose down to the ground, that line is going to come much closer to your left foot than your right foot. But on the one on the right, that line would come much more to the center or even to the right of center. Now, as you get to impact, your first position, your first setup, you've actually fallen backwards. Your head is now over your back foot, so you've kind of done what we call a reverse weight shift. Your new setup, you've maintained your weight more on your left side. You can see how the legs are angled toward the target. You have more weight on your left foot than you do your right foot. That's very good. And now your head is more in the center. So you've definitely made a change here for the better. That's very good. As you get to the finish, you've kept your arms straight. You do have more weight on your left side. You're actually coming off the back foot, which is good. Your right hip and right knee are moving into the shot a little bit more. Before you made these good changes, you were hanging back on your back foot, and that can cause some problems. The key to good chipping is you want to keep the low point of your swing in front of the golf ball, and that low point is associated wherever your center of body weight is. And if you keep your weight on your left side, then you'll keep the low point in front of the golf ball. So that's very good. You made a good change there. As you go forward and continue working on your fundamentals, I would try to maybe reduce this follow through, try to develop a hit that can stop a little bit shorter. If you have a shot that has to go a little bit further, then you're going to want to incorporate and use your wrist a little bit more.